Hello, my name's Maria and you're watching Richardson Simple Living. Thought I'd just pop back on for a little vlog today. I'm losing my voice. Yeah, just have a little chat or something because I've not really seen you a lot over this last week. I'm not sure how many times I've been on this week. Maybe this is my third. I think I did the gardening vlog at the beginning of the week, but yeah, don't feel like I've seen you very much. I thought we'll have a quick catch up and a chat, and I thought what to talk today about budgeting things. I thought I'd give you some more of my tips. No, things we do when we budget are kind of things that we cut back on and that sort of thing. I mean, you've seen the last video I did, I think it was yesterday actually, where I got my very first good to go haul and all the mushrooms. But they've eaten quite a lot of them actually, because when you cook them they cook down because of the water content, and so they cook down, and they've eaten quite a few. It doesn't look so many then, and I've frozen some as well. So yeah, they come in for omelettes and things like that. I did do a meal with them. Now when I did it the other night, I lost track of the nights because I'd film at night and film in the day. But when I did a meal, I did film a little bit to show you, so I'm going to try and tag that on somewhere here. But what we'd done, I can't remember if I'd actually said what I'd done when I was showing it, filming it. So what we'd done was got mushrooms. I think I did say, because I remember the ham, I'd got some leftover ham that we stripped and strips and mixed it with the mushrooms and some of the sauces that we got in that good to go bag. There was a garlicky one, so we mixed that in it as well, and then some of those little like tortilla things we put along it. Dean toasted it. He had some. We still got some in the freezer and the fridge, but Dean says they're really lovely. They were like honey and chili flavour, and he toasted them and looked really good. And he was having them mushrooms mixed with some of the sauces and using the tortilla, toasted tortillas to eat them and that, and he says it was lovely. And so we did one for my son, which I have filmed, and he said it was really nice as well. And we didn't toast his tortilla things, and just sort of triangled them around the plate because they can be warmed in the microwave as well. And he puts his dinner to heat up in the microwave because he's normally at work when I do it. So I have done a little clip on that, and I will show you that. I'll tag that somewhere in here, maybe at the end after I say goodbye. I'll just tag it on or something. Can't remember what it said on it, but I thought I'd just do it and show you like one of the meals we'd made of it. So I've still got the bread in the freezer, still got more of those tortilla things in the freezer. Dean says they're really nice, he likes them. Still got some more sauce, still got some more mushrooms. Dean ate the little pasta pot for his lunch yesterday, and he said that was nice. A lot of pepper things in it though, so I'd never eat nothing like that. So all in all, that was a pretty good buy. So yeah, that's one of the new budgeting things that I might do more of. I'll definitely get some more of them boxes. It makes you think as well, because it makes you think what you can cook with them. Because if somebody just normally said to me, go and buy some mushrooms and some little tortilla mini wrap things and whatnot, you know, you think, oh, what am I going to do with them? But when you've had them on a bargain offer like that, you've got lots of it, your mind starts working. And all of you have told me some brilliant things what to do. I mean, mushroom omelettes is definitely one of the top ones, because we do mushroom omelettes, so it saved me buying the mushrooms. I said to Dean we need to have chickens again for the eggs. But yeah, I got some nice ideas and things that I can do with slow cooker, like soups and things like that. So you know, it's really good. So, but I'm a bit scared about ordering one, I guess, again, another big box of mushrooms. Or, yeah, I wait for them to go down a bit. But it could be anything in the box. It could be anything. But it makes you think, well, what can I cook with it? What can I do with it? So that's quite good as well, because you're sort of going to scratch to cook. So yeah, that's a really good saving. And I kept saying £3.33, but it was actually £3.30 that I paid for the box. So I will definitely have more of them boxes and see, you know, what we can do with them. I was thinking as well, perhaps different places. That one was from Aldi, but maybe try some different places. well, the co-op do them, but I'm not sure what sort of things they have. They don't always have them in our co-op, but you have to be quick in some of them. But Aldi seems to be the one that, you know, you can sort of get them a bit later in the day. Well, up to lunchtime sometimes they've got them. Although I did notice the other night in the Aldi that they got one later on that was up for grabs. So whether that was one that had come up or not, I don't know. Got more left over than they thought, I don't know. Because it depends what people buy on the yellow stickers, you see. Because a lot of people go into shop the end of the day to get the bargains on yellow stickers. So it's what's left then that gets chucked into the box. So it can be anything you get. But that is a good saving because, like I say, you can soon think of something to make something, and it's quite good. It tests you. So yeah, that is one of our new savings things. Like I say, on the vlog, I'd had the app for quite a while, looked at it a few times, but never actually got round to ordering it. I kept thinking, shall I, shan't I? Will it be worth it? Will it be any good? I've seen other vlogs on I watch things like that. And some people get some magnificent things, and now I've had all my mushrooms. I mean, and bread things. I'm thinking, do they actually plant them in their boxes to make it look good to the viewers? I don't know, but what I got was genuinely what I got. So yeah, maybe it is just all different, and perhaps the days make a difference as well. So yeah, that's definitely one of the new like money saving things that I would do. Another thing that I was thinking the other day was vouchers. Now, I was saying before that we often ask for vouchers for Christmas. We always ask for vouchers. This year when they asked me what I want, I just said B&M vouchers. But throughout the year, you get like birthdays and Father's and Mother's Day and things like that. We do get a variety of vouchers. So it's worth checking your vouchers, because we've had vouchers where they act like you know, like your cards, bank cards, where you swipe them, and we find then you have bits left on them, bits of money left on them. So I know I've got one with £4 left on. Well, I don't know what I'm going to spend with £4, but like Dean says, oh well, if I could do with a pack of screws or something like that, it's one of them vouchers you could take into like B&Q, and I can use that and use it up. And it's worth checking what vouchers you've got. I keep all mine in a drawer, and then when they're empty, I throw them away. So there's all kinds of vouchers. He had something like £3 on Screwfix, and there's another one as well. Can't remember what it was now. See, Amazon vouchers, they go into your account and it gets taken off each time you order something. B&M vouchers, you just hand over and they tell you how much you got left. The good thing about them vouchers as well is that you can sort of, if you spend more than what's on them, you can add the extra. But I had a voucher, I can't remember what it was called now. Can't remember. I did it for my birthday, but the one that acts like a swipe card, they're the ones you have to be careful with, because they were telling me when I used it, because I didn't use all of it, he said you can't go over on the amount because it acts like a debit card. B&Q. Yeah, I spent it in B&Q, but they were telling me in B&Q that it acts like a debit card. So like, if I go over, it won't let me add anything to it. So I couldn't sort of pay for part of it on that and part of it on my card or cash. I can't do that, which is a bit awkward. And that's sometimes why you get them left over. So you've got to find a shop that will take them vouchers and use such small amounts. But there's worth checking in your drawer whether you have got vouchers that have got little bits left on them that you could use. I mean, like I say, some of them are from shops where it just knocks it off your price, or some of them you have to buy something within that price that you've got left. But it's a good way to, you know, make sure that you use all them vouchers up, or as close to as up you can get them. Because like I said, I got one with £4 and it's that like a debit credit card thing where you can only swipe it. So I can't go over it. I can go under it but not over it. But I don't know what shop will sell anything that's on that list for £4. But like I say, like if Dean wants some screws or something like that, he says I'll go in and buy a Christmas bauble. So yeah, but they're worth checking out. Always have a check out if you have vouchers. Vouchers is a good way of saving money. I mean, I've said that before. We ask for vouchers Christmas because there's never nothing we want unless there's something specific. Like this year, I might need a pair of slippers. But other than that, and I always sort of have me Dettol soap and smell it. But other than that, vouchers, B&M vouchers, because I like them. You can get everything in there. So it's great to ask for a voucher. That saves you money as well. If you don't know what you want, just say vouchers, and then you can use them throughout the year for anything. But like I said, be a bit careful whether it's one that you have to swipe and have to stick in the budget, or if it's somewhere that just knocks it off gradually and you can add the extra on or whatever, So yeah, that's a good way of keeping, within budget with things. Always check what you've got left over everywhere. Um, Clothes, mending clothes. Now, top I've got on, it's got like little side vents on it. And I sit on it sometimes. Well, you probably see me tugging at it, and I sit on it and then end up pulling it, and like the little side vents get wider and wider up to the label inside. So I've had to mend them. I thought, you don't throw them away just because it's ripped. So if it's along the seams and things like that, I just sew them, I just mend them, and they're back to normal. These back to normal. I've got blue one the same, and I did it with that one as well. For any top that's got these side vents, I'm terrible for. I sit on the back part and sort of somehow pull it, and over time it rips up the vent. So I end up having to mend it. So mending clothes, getting clothes and mending clothes. I mean, I don't go as far as darning socks, not like in the old days, but yeah, we got loads of socks anyway, and I've got socks for years ago, and socks still in packets that have never been worn, that's still brand new. But so I definitely don't need to do that. Never seem to go through socks very often. And nowadays, odd socks is a thing, because you can buy packs of odd socks. So if one sock's sort of gone, you can team it with any sock. It don't matter, because odd socks are the in thing. So yeah, if you can buy them that way, you can create them that way. So yeah, things like that, and definitely mending things. I mean, like on the coat, sometimes the insides of the arm seams. Sometimes over time they come loose, so just stitch them back up. The hardest thing I find though, like with a coat, is if you pocket, sometimes your pocket lining rips, and it's very hard to fetch it out, turn it inside out and rip that, because of course you can't turn the coat inside out because the pocket's not there. You've got to turn it inside out the pocket. So that's an hard one. But yeah, fixing your clothes, mending clothes. I mean, why throw away good clothes if you can just put a stitch or two in it? What's the point in that? So I wear clothes for years. I don't buy them that often anymore. I used to be terrible. I used to have boxes and cupboards of shoes, matching handbags, loads of clothes, never got worn. I was famous for my shoes and bags. People used to laugh if I went on holiday, say, "No, you're taking your big box of shoes," because I'd have a big box of shoes, and I'd fill it with what shoes I wanted or thought I wanted, but half of them never got worn. So I don't have that box of shoes anymore. I think I've got about 6, 7 pairs now. Summer ones, winter ones. Oh, I didn't count my boots. I've got a couple of pairs of boots and some Wellingtons and some nice going out sandals. So I just stick to them all the time now. So yeah. Buying secondhand as well. Now, I don't tend to buy secondhand too much, really. I do like a wander around charity shops. I have had one top that's secondhand. It's a really nice, good top, and I've still got it. Bought it a few years ago. Still got it. Still wear it. But that's the only thing. I don't really buy secondhand. I mean, I don't buy things for the house or anything because it's so full of stuff anyway, and I like to get rid of it. And I'm a bit superstitious as well. Well, not superstitious, but I'm a bit wary because I worry where these secondhand things come from and what kind of things might be attached to them, as in spiritual sense. So yeah, I'm a bit wary like that. I'm not keen on that. So yeah, I've had things from family homes like my mum's, uncles, aunties and that, but strangers things, no, not so much really would I buy them. I'm trying to think if I ever had that. Apart from the top, I'm trying to think if I've ever bought anything second hand like that. I think I bought a jug once. I did buy a jug once, but that was okay. So yeah, but I mean, buying second hand's all right. You might buy something second hand off a friend. I mean, or a relative, or maybe you get given something second hand and from people you know. So, and like you can get second hand things. A lot of people. There's this. I don't know if it's still called this, but it used to be on. I think it was a Facebook place. I know they have Facebook Marketplace, and there used to be something like called a freebie, and the places where you can get things free. Sometimes people give them away free. Well, if the people you know and you feel okay about that sort of thing, then you know it's great. They're great bargains. So yeah, they're worth looking out for if you can get a bargain like that and get something free on one of those places. But yeah, but I am a bit nervous like that, a bit wary like that. You didn't know that, did you? That's something new you've learned about me. So yeah, but I mean, looking out for free things or people who give you free things. I've had plenty of free things given me by people I know. I've plenty secondhand in that sense, you know. But and also I've taken in secondhand stuff. When Dean used to be window cleaning, and I don't know if he ever said that I used to like doing things on eBay, if I'd mentioned eBay, but people used to want to give him things or to, oh, do you want this, do you want to take that, you can keep it, give it your wife, sell it, do what you want with it, it's yours, have it if you want it. So I've had things like that, but they've often been kept in the shed. So yeah, but things that might be useful to sell on, or if you know somebody who wants something is happy to accept them, we've took things and passed them on that way. But yeah, you get plenty of bargains and freebies around if you have a look. And not just with objects and clothes, but also like I've noticed like fruit, veg. I mean, people are saying about, oh, just sell me apples, but everybody's giving them away. I live in a rural village and people grow everything and they're always giving stuff away all the time. So if you don't grow anything like yourself, it's great to have a look what's on offer, what you can go and grab, whether it's some fruit or whether it's some veg, you know, things like that. That's another good one. I always think I should set up a swap site for things like that. Maybe do like a fruit and veg swap. So maybe you've got a surplus or something and perhaps there's something else you'd like and you could offer your surplus. Say, if you've got any of these items and you would like this, I'd love to swap type of things. But yeah, and I've often thought about doing it as well with objects. You know, like I say, I sell things on eBay, things we don't want no more. I've often thought, should I put them on a place like Facebook and offer them in exchange for something I might need? Say, right, I'm willing to swap this. Create a swap site, you know, and so I'd swap this. Maybe I'd want some food that week, or maybe there's something else I need. And the only thing is, like, food I don't mind, but the only thing is if it's a stranger swapping it and then I'd worry what I'm getting. So we're back to that again. But it is a good idea, and like fruit, veg and things like that, it's quite good. And it's good, I think it'd be a good way as well for people who don't have a lot, and you know, if they've got something that they're willing to swap, say, I want these few items, I need something, it'd be good. So yeah, library. How about using the library? Now, whether you can, I've heard, you can go to the library and you can use their internet things and that. So if you've not got internet connection at home or anything like that, you can go there and do their internet and that. And books, of course. Books. I haven't been to a library for years. There used to be a travelling library that came round here. I don't know if it still does, but that's a good way of reading books and not having them all cluttered on your shelves, like I'm always saying about clutter. And that's another good way, because you can just rent your books for so long and then take them back and swap them for something new. So you're always getting to read different books without the cost of having to buy new books or the space to put it if you do buy them. So I think the library's quite good, and it is a great place to go researching as well. And they got a lot of research resources. It's a mouthful to say. So yeah, that's a good place as well if you want to save money, to go and do things at the library. See what your local library does. 3 days out. That's something we're always sourcing, is 3 days out. I mean, I've got my National Trust membership at the moment, so we go to National Trust properties, but we've only been to one this year, so it's a bit of a waste of money. Although I hope to go to the Halloween tunnels at Colcabby. I must check that out. I meant to check it out actually, see when they're on. He's got a cold. Man flu. So yeah, and we like to go to the Shugborough Hall and see the Christmas tree decorations, because they do a different theme every year, so we like to go and see that, so we will be using them for that. But I was talking about vouchers for Christmas. That's another good thing. You could have vouchers to go places if you'd like to go out, like as a yearly for the National Trust, so you can go all year to these places then. So that's a good way of saving money. Ask for something for Christmas, or maybe it's your birthday or something. Maybe there's somewhere you want to go. Cinema tickets, you can get cinema vouchers. I bought them for people before now, and I like the cinema. I like going there, so things like that are good. And maybe if you just want to go for a coffee, you can get a coffee shop voucher. I mean, we've often had Costa ones, but I'm sure other coffee shops do them. So if you just want to go for an afternoon and just to chill out for a couple of hours, you can head off to a coffee shop. Maybe go to the library first and a little browse in there, and then go off to the coffee shop or something. So yeah, it doesn't have to be great big days out. It can be little days out, and there's loads of free places around. You could just go for a walk somewhere. We have nice walks around by us, and picnic benches. So like I was saying before about packing up picnics, take a picnic to somewhere where there's a nice walk, woodlands or something, or open fields if you like open fields, that kind of thing. And also you do find free places, because not far from us there's like an abbey, and that's free. Why it's free I don't know, because it could actually charge money to go in there, but it is free. And places like that, you can have a wander around. We're not a million miles away from the National Arboretum in Staffordshire, and that's free. You just pay for your car parking, so you do that in advance online. It was £4, I don't know if it still is, for a whole day parking. And that's a massive place, because that's I don't know, you probably heard of the National Arboretum. It's in memory of victims from the wars and disasters. Now it's added onto it as well, and that's a good long day out, because you need a lot of time to walk around there. It's a big place. So there's always somewhere, if you stop and think about it, there's always somewhere that you can sort of go, whether it's just yourselves, with children, anything. So if you stop and have a look around and Google around where you are, what places are free, so you haven't always got to pay to go in. Or if you have, and there's somewhere special you'd like to go, pop it onto your Christmas list or something like that, or your birthday list, whatever. And people can be buying you something that you'd actually use and want then, instead of worrying whether you like something they bought or need it, So they're great ways of saving. Another thing, I was talking about walking and going out free places. This is becoming a big thing at the moment, and two have sprung up near to where I live, is outdoor gyms. If you can't afford to go to a gym, they've got all these outdoor gyms appearing. They seem to be going up and down the country. It seems to be coming an in thing. Maybe you've got some near you, or have heard of plans for some to be built near you. But we've got two near us, and they're just like going to the gym. You're walking things and all kinds of things. It's like an outdoor gym. So they're in like fields, play areas, and you you don't pay to use them, you just go and do it. So quite often, a lot of them are near places where you go for a walk. And I know ours are both in areas where you can go for a walk. So you can have a walk, you can have a workout on the free gyms. So if you can't afford to go to a gym, afford a gym membership, have a look out for some of these free gyms that are appearing. It seems to be the in thing. It's becoming quite popular, and like I say, 2 have sprung up near us. So yeah, they are quite good. So what else do we do? Affording to go out like in an evening for drinks and that is a really expensive thing. It's a once in a lifetime trip these days. But no, it's a special event. We tend to only go now if it's somebody's party. We're invited to a party, and we tend to only do that then. But yeah, if you want to socialise, and a lot of people do it now, more people socialise at home because it's cheaper. So you can have a few friends round and get everybody to bring their drinks, whether it's a bottle, whether it's a beer, or whether it's a non-alcoholic beverages. Bring a bottle, bring whatever you bring and all get together. Maybe you'll have a games night, play games, board games. We used to do that a lot when our children were young. All our friends would come round, even friends who hadn't got children, we just get together, bring a few drinks and play board games. But that's a great way of having a night out and having a good laugh. Like in summer, you can be outdoors doing it. In winter, you can be indoors. Not just bringing a drink, maybe you want a few nibbles and that. Get everybody to bring something, bring some food, maybe a little buffet, each person cooks something. Somebody does sausage rolls, somebody does mini pizzas, somebody brings the cakes, that kind of thing. A few of you get together, have a few beers and a few nibbles kind of thing. Everybody bring it with them. So you're not covering the whole expense. You might be using your house and hosting it, but you're not got to cover it. And most people are happy to do that now. Most people are happy to say, well, do you want me to bring something? So it's a good idea to do that, and it's a great way to get together and have a bit of enjoyable time. So yeah, I've got my list here. If you wonder where I'll keep looking at, I'm looking at my list. So yeah, another thing, something I do a lot of, if you like gardening, or if you just grow a few things in a pot, plants are expensive to buy. They can be really expensive. I've noticed the prices going up. Even seeds are expensive to buy. You only get a few in them. So if you can get your first lot and then grow them, start seed saving. That's a very good way of doing things. So like with us, we grow the dahlias down the front and we grow the marigolds. Now we get the seeds off all of them. We will save the seeds for them, because to go out and buy tubers for the dahlias or even a dahlia plant is really expensive. But I can just do them in the greenhouse and they grew really well. This year did knock them back, and because of the sun, and I was like, oh no, this isn't very good. But now the weather's changed and it's gone autumny. It's not frosted yet, but it's still mild and wet. They're all blooming. Everything's blooming again. I keep saying to Dean, it's coming to life. But once the frost come, of course, it'll kill them off. But yeah, I've got to get those seeds in, because that's a cheaper way of doing it. And you can get absolutely hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of seeds by doing that. If you live in a place where you're allowed to sell seeds or your plants, that's a good way of making a little bit of money, or even swapping them. But I think we get a lot of rules and regulations over here. I don't think we can do that. You have to have something called a plant passport. And that's like all the red tape, just to allow you to sell them. But maybe if you've got a friend and you're just swapping a few plants, maybe that'd be okay. I don't know. But yeah, some areas, some places, you can sell them. But it's a good way of doing it with your vegetables, not just your flowers, but vegetables as well. Save seeds from that. Always leave a few, go to seed, and then just collect your seeds. So it's a good way of doing it next year, the following years, and not have to worry about the cost. Now they do say that seeds you buy when you grow things from them, they're sort of played with so that they can't reproduce, so you've got to keep buying them. But I've never bothered about that. I've never found it to be a problem. Everything that I've taken, even from seeds I've bought, has grown again. They've been okay. So I don't think that's an issue really. It might not grow as abundant as, if it wasn't a bought packet of seeds, but they certainly do grow enough for what you want, and then you could just continue on and they get better and better every time. So yeah, that's that. Good to go foods on my list because I was meaning to try it, but I've just told you about that and I have tried it. And we'll do it again, and hopefully next time not so many mushrooms. Shop cards. Talking of cards, where you get your points. Now, I've mentioned plenty of times I do the Tesco club card. I also do a Costa one where we use our own cups as well, reusable cups. So we get 2 beans for each cup that we buy that's takeaway in our reusable cup. And when we get 10 beans, we get a free Costa. So we have had loads and loads and loads and loads of free Costas. So, and it's quite good because if somebody buys you a card as a present for you to go and have a treat at the Costa shop, then if we buy our coffees like we do in our takeaways, we still get 2 beans. So it's a gift that keeps on giving because you're still getting your beans, even though you've got a Costa gift card. They'll put beans on that as well, so it adds towards your next free one. So quite often when we've had a £20 voucher and we've bought Costas, we get another free one out of it by the time we've used that £20. So it's like I say, it's a gift that keeps on giving. So all these little things, they save money and they're like little treats as well, so you're not missing out on those little treats, which is quite good. But yeah, like shop cards, I believe a lot of shops do them. I know Boots do, and I know people who use the Boots ones. I don't ever shop in Boots. I haven't got Boots by me. But yeah, a lot of supermarkets do it now. Loads of different shops do it now, where you get the cards and you just get points. B&M ought to start doing it, shouldn't they? That'd be quite good. But like I said, Tesco and Costa that I do, and the Tesco one's good because if you can price match with Aldi prices, and you still get your points for it as well. And we get our fuel from there, and we get points on that as well. So it all adds up on there. Normally I get enough then to get a turkey at Christmas, and when they put the turkeys on like the club card offers, I'll buy it then with my points, and I still get points on that as well. So it's pretty good. It's worth getting if you're using a shop regularly, that is. It's worth getting cards for that shop to save money and to get offers and things like that they give you. So it's really good. We've always done that. I remember a time when I used to shop at Tesco regularly and used to buy big shops then when my children were younger. And I used to get easily £70 every Christmas, and I would get turkeys and Christmas puddings, and I'd wait till they were on the club card offer deals, and I'd get a lot. I don't get so much now. I think I've only got about £12-13 on it at the moment, but by Christmas that'll get me a nice turkey when it's on the deals, club card deals. So it's worth it, it's worth it. It's something that I wouldn't have had otherwise. So yeah, that's a good idea. Another one. This used to be me, not so much now because I'm very frugal now, but don't buy things you don't need. Now that is easier said than done, because any of you who've got a B&M near you and go in there, how many times do you come out with things that you didn't go in for? Any shop, how many times do you go in for something and you come out with more than what you meant to be buying? I am guilty of this all the time. Well, not so bad now because I'm being frugal and I keep to a shopping list now. I've got the shopping list. I try and keep to it. It's only if I see something I think, oh, that I should have had that on my list, I do need that, is when I pick extra up. Or like if we have a treat, like last week we had mince pies with a coffee, and perhaps have little treats. But yeah, trying to stick to it. It's best to have a shopping list and sticking to what you want to buy. And it's the same with anything. You might be wanting to buy new clothes, and you go browsing clothes and go, I like this and I like that. Before you know, you've got a armful of clothes that you might never wear, rather than just sort of the one thing that you actually went in for that you knew you needed. But just try and stick to what you need. Oh dear, I'm a terrible person to be saying that. the wrong person to be saying it. But I am working on that one. I mean, I haven't got much money nowadays, so I do have to be very frugal. And so I am thinking twice before I buy something. Yeah. I've already gone like that Christmas. Ask for things that you want. Like I was talking about days out and vouchers, but like shower gels, people always like to do little baskets and stocking full of things, and I always ask for me Dettol soap because I use Dettol soap and shower gels, that kind of thing, and I always get little baskets filled with things like that, and it keeps me going, oh yeah, because I get loads of it. And people moan, oh, I've got too much shower gel and that, but you can never have enough. I love it. It lasts all year round, and a lot of them, like with Radox and things like that, they're sort of unisex, the men or women's, so we can both use them as well, although Dean gets plenty of his own Lynxes and stuff like that. But it lasts us all the time then. We get absolutely loads between us because we ask for it. And Sean's the same. She likes it. And she gets loads, keeps her going. And it's very rare if you have to buy any extra, maybe soap. But last year I got loads and loads of bars of soap. It was wonderful. And I've still got some left. So hopefully it shall last me to Christmas when I get some more. So you don't have to buy them then. The little things like that, the day-to-day things that you use that you don't think about, maybe toothbrushes or toothpaste, little pack made up with all the bits and pieces, your hygiene products, things like that you use. Mouthwashes, all that kind of things you use for your personal hygiene. Just put them down. People love to do little gift baskets up as an added extra when they don't know what to buy and think, oh, a gift voucher's not enough, I want to give a bit of something to wrap. Practical things like that are great. They're brilliant. We have them all the time. They last us and really love them. Of course, always ask for a bit of chocolate as well. You've got to have your treat, haven't you? A bit of chocolate. That always goes on my list. Yeah. Talking about buying things, actually. Branded items. I never buy branded items. Should we buy branded items, really? Because, I have got items that have got brands on them that people have bought me for gifts. Like I've got some Ugg boots and they're quite expensive, but they're really good. I've had them a couple of years now and they're as good as new. So, I wear them. But, unless somebody's actually gone out and bought them because they like them and that, but branded items, I never buy branded items, whether it's a product like food and things like that. I used to be terrible for having to have the named foods because my mum was like that. My mum would only have things like Heinz and that kind of stuff, so I felt that that's what you had to have, so I would have it. But now I find cheap products are just as good. You have to try things out, and it's the same with clothes. Primark has some wonderful clothes. Supermarkets do. I love George Asda clothing, and Tesco has nice clothing. Why would I want to go out and buy tops for £50 with some brand on them, and when I can go into the supermarket and see a gorgeous top for say £20, and why? Well, that's if I need a top. I won't be buying it unless I need it. But do you know what I mean? These branded items, they don't half add a price on it. You're paying for the name. Well, everybody says, don't they? You're just paying for the name. And it's true, you are paying for the name. So why do that when you can, for what you pay for one of their items, you could buy 2 or 3 really nice ones from Primark or somewhere. And there's some lovely stuff out there. So why pay over the top for it? So we don't do that. So, and like I say, unless somebody buys them. Dean's got trainers. People used to laugh at him and said, oh, you cheap trainers. But Lisa bought him some, I don't know if they're Nike, the ones with the tick. And she got him some like that. And they're nice trainers, and he wears them like for best and that. But yeah, otherwise it's just cheap trainers, because why would you bother? But we do have a couple of branded things, but they've been gifts. They're not things that we've gone and bought ourselves. So yeah. And last thing on my list, that's on my list for now. I'm sure I'll think of more the more frugal I get. But what I do, I do, sell things that you no longer want, or like I was saying earlier, it'd be nice if you could actually swap them for things you wanted. But yeah, selling things that you no longer want, then it's a way of getting some extra pennies in to buy things that you do need. Notice how I say need, not want. So yeah, as all of you know, I do things like that anyway. That was a good way, actually, when Sean was at primary school. That's how I always bought her school uniform. We used to sell things that we no longer used, and the money, we bought a school uniform. We did this every summer, ready for the next term. So it was always like that. It was always like recycling to me. So nothing went to land waste or anything, landfill. So yeah, they're my tips. I've been on here quite a while, haven't I? But yeah, they're all my tips. So I'm going to go now, and I don't know when I'll see you next. Maybe next week. I'm going to try and do more videos. It's hard for me to get into the rhythm of it though. But I go in for a while and I don't think these videos are doing very well. But I'll have to try and do some more. Otherwise I lax and then you don't see me and you think, where's she gone? So yeah, I'm going to go now, and I won't say when I'm seeing you next because I don't know, but I will see you again. And it will be in the next few days, coming week. But I'm going to tag that bit on at the end. I'll say goodbye to you now, but I'll add a little bit on at the end that I did of that meal. So what I got from the Good to Go box, and hopefully I'll get another one next week and perhaps show you that. But I will tag that on at the end now. So I'm going to go. It's weekend. I'll say have a lovely weekend, everybody, but here in the UK, it's giving out some awful weather. I'm looking at the apple tree behind you, and the wind's blowing it, and apples are coming off it, and they've given out a storm. I think it's supposed to be further north than what I am, but you can bet we'll get a lot of bad wind, and it's been raining all day, heavy. So it's nice to have rain though after all that sunshine, but it's a sign of the storm coming in. And I don't really like storms. I worry about storms because I don't like the wind. I worry about things blowing and breaking and damage and, you know, things happening. So I'm a bit nervous with the wind. So we got that to look forward to at the weekend. Well, not everybody, but some of us will have. So anyway, whatever you're doing, have a lovely weekend. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And I've been missing a couple of comments as well lately. I've found them a lot later, so I don't always get notification of your comments. So if I don't answer a comment, it's not that I'm ignoring you. It's just I've not had notification. I've not seen it. It's because sometimes you answer me on older videos and it doesn't always come through to me, or sometimes it's days later. So you know, you can always sort of do it again, message me again and say. But yeah, I just want to say that because I did that the other day. I missed somebody. Well, I didn't miss it, it just didn't show up, and it was a video from about a week or two ago, and I thought, oh goodness, I think I was ignoring them. So it wasn't that, I just never got the notification. So anyway, I'm going to go. So have a lovely weekend, and thank you for watching, and take care everybody, and I'll see you soon. Bye. So this is one of the ways we've used mushrooms and some of these little like tortilla things, whatever they are. Honey and chili these were. And what we've done, some of the mushrooms, I've frozen a lot of them. Some of the mushrooms, we've got some of the sauce, those little packs of sauce. We took the garlic sauce and mixed it with the cooked mushroom, and also I had some ham left in the fridge, packet of ham, so we sliced that up so you can see that amongst it as well. So mixed all that up and then put the like oh my god, fuzzy tortilla things around the edge because they can be warmed in the microwave. So all this then can be put into the microwave and warmed up. Mushrooms have already been cooked, but yeah, this can just be warmed up as it is. I'm trying to keep them all curled over because I'm going to put this one into the fridge. But that's one of the ideas we've done with some of the mushrooms. Some's in the freezer, and you know, this is just one of the ideas. So I just thought I'd show you that.